Hello world, today I'll be talking about some of the advantages of the Raptor engine over its predecessor, the Merlin 1D engine, both created by SpaceX. Bit of background, the Merlin 1D engine has been used to successfully propel the Falcon 9 rocket into low Earth orbit 36 out of 38 times that it has a mission. It's been able to revolutionize the industry by allowing reusable rockets, which is a significant cost reduction, and um, and it's also a very efficient engine. So I'll be talking about the differences between the fuel types of the two engines, as well as the difference in combustion cycles that the engine uses, and why that makes the Raptor engine a better pick. An improvement. So the Merlin 1D uses rocket propellant 1. It is a refined kerosene. It has been able to achieve a specific impulse of about 300 seconds. And One downside of it is that it produces a lot of carbon as its output, which interacts with the material in the rocket, reducing its longevity, which is bad for the holistic, reusable design that SpaceX requires. Another downside is that it is a petroleum byproduct, which means that if a mission needed some extra fuel when it's out away from Earth, it couldn't easily refine it, possibly not at all. So this is in contrast to the liquid methane that the Raptor engine will be using. This fuel is not only produces less carbon, but is also simply just carbon and four hydrogens. Carbon and hydrogen are some of the most abundant elements in the universe, so it would be very easy to find these and produce the proper chemistry in order to isolate them and extract them. The one advantage that the rocket propellant 1 has over liquid hydrogen is that it is denser, but and is also less combustible, less easy to combust, more stable. But the benefits that liquid hydrogen have are so robust that it kind of outweighs these. And we will also be talking about how the engine cycle for the Merlin engine is a single gas cycle versus the Raptor engine's full cycle reaction. So the single cycle essentially combines the oxidizer and the fuel in a combustion chamber, raises the pressure to about 9.7 megapascals, and produces an exhaust that contains some useful chemical still. Whereas the full cycle engine that the Raptor engine uses will prime the fuel and prime the oxidizer in separate reaction chambers using separate turbos, etc., and then combine those two primed fuels into a main combustion chamber at over 13 megapascals. This is a much more efficient way of doing things and will create a larger thrust-to-weight ratio, ideally. The thrust-to-weight ratio of the Merlin 1D engine is over 150, which is very impressive, but the Raptor is supposed to be higher, though it is still being tested and a final version has not yet been created. And lastly, the Merlin 1D was very impressive because it was able to throttle its engines between 100% and 40%, allowing more robust missions. The Raptor was able to expand upon this to allow 100% to 25% thrust reduction, which again is very helpful for any maneuvering techniques when you're out in outer space. So the Raptor engine appears to be far superior than the Merlin 1D engine, though the Merlin 1D engine was very impressive and has led to a lot of SpaceX's success. For these reasons and others, I think that the Raptor engine will truly be a great engine and bring SpaceX a lot of success. Thank you for watching, and hope you learn more about this subject.